Hey guys, it's me again, and in this video I'm gonna talk about how to be your authentic self because one of you requested this and I thought it was a good topic to talk about. I've gone through this a lot, okay? I have gone through this so many times and I feel like you just keep improving in sort of this area because naturally you as a human being care about what others think, and I don't think there's a truth to that. There's not gonna be a time when you stop caring, okay? I feel like it comes in waves. Sometimes you're like living your best life and you don't care about what others think, and the other times you're basically doing everything to be like others. I don't think this is a one-time thing, but I'm gonna give you my advice on how I did this. First of all, be prepared to get a lot of hate, like ton of hate, okay? When I'd say I was pretty autistic, like from the start. Just a disclaimer, I have nothing against autistic people. I think they're amazing. I just use the word autistic in my humor. But actually, I would love to be autistic because I think it's an advantage. But that's for another video. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, some people have seriously told me that I'm probably autistic. I never took the test, so I don't know, but I might be. If I keep calling out autistic in this video, it's just a joke, okay? I have nothing against autistic people. Yeah, so I was really different and just a weird kid. I would be quiet in classes, and just like not say anything and just mind my own business. And then at home I would be even weirder. Like I would barely go out with friends. I would just always be by myself. And then I wanted to kill myself because I was bullied at school, Funny. No, that was not funny actually. That was a pretty bad joke, but you can laugh at it. I mean, yesterday my friend told me that it's better to laugh at things. Like literally, she went like, "Oh, I've been raped this one time," and I was like, and she goes, "No, you gotta laugh at it because then the pain fades away." And I was like, "Wait, that's actually kind of a good strategy." So now we're basically laughing at things in our friendship. Like, something serious happens and you just have to laugh at it. Like, I wanted to kill myself, haha, funny, yeah, but I'm still here, so it's funny, because I overcome it. And I mean, yeah, it left a mark on me, but not in a way that would affect me being here today. What have I gotten myself into? Oh my god, guys, sometimes I wonder, because I don't have many subscribers yet, I wonder if my humor is like harming you, or if you're like overthinking. Like, I can have very dark humor, okay? And I think some people need to understand this when they come on my channel, because I'm afraid I'm gonna hurt someone with my humor. In reality, I'm not. I have very dark humor, okay? Here, it's a little different. Even when editing, like I have to cut out so many jokes so that nobody gets offended, really. And that's probably wrong because this video is about how to be authentic, and I cannot be my authentic self on YouTube yet because I don't know like what kind of humor you accept, guys. So it's a little weird. But I'm gonna tell you how to be authentic in real life, right? So, oh my god, sorry. So I was this weird kid, and I'd say I was pretty authentic from the day I was born. Like I was so authentic that I got bullied for it, okay? And you just realize at some point in your life when people bully you for your being authentic, that you're not like other people, And you sort of start accepting it. You start accepting that you're unlikable and all that stuff, and that you probably do not fit the standard because you clearly stand out if you're being bullied, okay? And I think it's a good thing, actually. If you're being bullied, that's like a compliment, I can joke on this because I was bullied for 4 years, okay? But don't joke about this stuff, okay? Just don't say you got it from me. By the way, if you like this video so far, please hit thumbs up because it gets to more people and it would really help me. Thank you. And also, if you could share this with a friend. Sometimes I get really anxious about things, like about the times I was bullied. But then I remember, but it's actually funny looking back, Because the people were so jealous of me that they decided to hurt me. Whether physically or mentally, they were hurting me. And I think that's a compliment. And actually, if you want to be your authentic self, so first of all, be prepared to get lots of hate. And second of all, what really helped me was writing down what I wanted to become. Like, I was this insecure piece of shit. I was super insecure, okay? I wouldn't say a word in class because I was afraid that this is gonna sound Oh my god, that's what like it sounds so violent, but I was afraid that every time I was about to speak in class, they would just literally throw a chair at me, which happened a couple of times. So I didn't talk much, okay. Then I entered high school, and there were no people I knew because I studied 400 kilometers far, so it like helped me to wipe this whole era of being bullied and just really be me. And I started wearing extravagant clothes that I liked, which this is not extravagant at all. It was just an era of my life, okay? And I could really be myself. I think if you want to be authentic, you either have to work on your mindset so well that you forget if you live in the same area, if you don't move somewhere else, you have to work on your mindset so well that you just forget about all the people you're afraid would be judging you, because everybody knows you in the place you live, So either you get into this mindset developing state so much that you forget about those people and just like live your life, or you move somewhere else, which is what I did. And I honestly think it's not only a good experience. Well, first of all, I moved out when I was 16, so I like learned about myself a lot, and also about other aspects, like I lived alone during the quarantine. I made a video about that. If you're interested in what it's like to be alone at 16, then somewhere here is the video, or in the description box. I basically started a whole new chapter of my life. And I think it's important, if you want to become authentic, when you move away, you just like get to know so many new people, and you have to take care of yourself in this new environment, and you don't know anybody. And I think it's a great exercise for your social skills and also like everything else, because you're on your own. You have nobody to back up on you. It really helped me elevate as a person and also build my authentic self, because I left this, sort of bird's nest of my parents, and I had to take care of myself on my own. And I really discovered myself by being mad at myself many times. For example, when I woke up late, it was my fault. When I didn't buy groceries for myself and I was hungry for days, it was my fault. You just like discover this whole new aspect of yourself. And I think if you move out, or if you move to a different place, it literally shifts your perspective. Like you're building yourself from a new place, right? And you really discover who you want to be, because at this new place, you present yourself as the clear sort of version of you that you want to be. Like you literally act the way you want other people to perceive you. And that is so powerful, because you literally discover at this time of, like starting new at a new place where nobody knows you. You literally start your new life, and you can see clearly who you want to be. But if you're not moving out, that's okay. Or if you're not moving somewhere else, I personally think it's good to move away. Yeah, I'd just leave my country like so fast that I wouldn't even blink, Not because of people, but because I feel like I've already gained so much experience here that I need to move on, and I feel stagnant in this place. But I've recognized that I'm kind of weird in this area, and that I like to move a lot because I'm used to it. So, it's probably just my thing. So if you're not moving anywhere else, you really have to work on your mindset in a way that you need to keep reminding yourself that these people don't really care, that they think just the same as you. They are so concerned about themselves that they don't really express themselves authentically, because they want to be perceived in some way, and they're afraid to stand up for themselves and really be themselves. And I think that's your state, because you're watching this video on how to be authentic, because you live the way others want you to live. And I don't think there's a way to be liked, even if you come out as nobody, even if you're like silent and do people please everyone. I don't think that's the way. Like, I've been there, and because of that, I don't think that's the way you can go. So if you want to live this life filling others' expectations, that's pretty cool if that's what you want. But I believe somewhere in the deep down of you, we all have this dream of who we want to be. And you might as well try that, because you either want to be someone who is not liked by everyone but trying to please them, or you want to be your authentic self and be yourself, and might also not be likable by everybody, but be yourself for yourself, if that makes sense. You really need to start discovering yourself in various emotions. For example, I started going to the gym, and I discovered so many versions of anxiety and fear. by just attending gym, because I was afraid. Some days I was afraid, oh my god, everybody's gonna look at me. And some days I would be anxious about using the machines. Some days I would be anxious about, not going to the gym and then showing up after a week. And I was thinking, oh, what are they gonna think of me, I discovered myself through all these emotions. And I believe if you want to discover your authentic self, you also need to put yourself through the shittiest moments in your life, through the most uncomfortable situations, because only that way you're gonna discover many things about yourself, about your triggers, about your childhood traumas, I guess. Anything that happened to you in the past gets triggered and gets to the surface by something that triggers it. For example, I have this really, really bad memory when I was bullied, and I mentioned that in the beginning. So I was bullied, and I had this memory of me standing in front of class during maths. Mind you, I'm really terrible at maths, okay? Nobody's worse than me. Literally, no. I was standing in front of the class, and I was supposed to count on the board. But suddenly, everybody started laughing at me for no reason, because I was the bullied one. And my body at that moment stopped moving, and I couldn't say a word. I was just standing there for like a minute, and I couldn't even move. And the teacher was talking to me, and I couldn't move because everybody was laughing at me. It was like my body's reflex, a reaction that tried to protect me, but I couldn't do anything. And sometimes when I get really stressed and somebody laughs at me, this happens to me. And I think this is something about your authentic self that doesn't happen to everybody else, but to yourself. And you have to discover these little things so that you know how to cope with them. Because if you stay in one place and you basically do nothing or do the same repetitive actions throughout your life, one day you're gonna get stuck. One day you might find yourself in a situation that is making you really, really uncomfortable, and you won't know how to treat it, how to treat this situation, because you've never met this version of yourself. You've never really knew that this was inside of you, that this happening to you could be possible. So to build your authentic self, you need to really know yourself well, and you need to put yourself through various situations, for example, the gym, as I said, or something else. And also by discovering all these things, you make new habits, you make new hobbies, and you're also going to discover many things about yourself that way. For example, some people don't know they can draw well because they were told in the childhood that they were bad at drawing or whatsoever. And so they have this perception of themselves, what somebody else told them. But they're never gonna discover that it's not true because they already believe what somebody else told them. And so they're not even gonna bother to try. And that is so sad. I think there's so many talented people out there. The mistake is in their mindset. I feel like it's so wrong just not to try anything, I feel like everybody has a huge talent, but it's their perceptions of what somebody else told them or their beliefs, and they don't believe that they could be better at it or that they could be actually talented because they heard something when they were little or, somebody insulted them and they got really stuck in their minds. So to build your authentic self, you really have to put yourself out there and don't be afraid of it, okay? It's gonna be a fun journey. Even if you feel like literally embrace the method my friend told me, laugh at things. If you feel super anxious, okay, imagine this, picture this. You're going to the gym for the first time ever, okay, and you know nothing about it. Yeah, literally nothing. Everybody is looking at you, but that's not really the case because as I talked about it in my gym video, nobody's really looking at you, okay? So it's just an example. You're feeling like everybody's looking at you and laughing at you because you cannot use the machines, you've never been there, you can barely lift a weight and stuff like that. Yeah, everybody thinks everybody cares, but nobody really cares, but you think that they care. And as you walk out of that gym, you're just gonna laugh it off. You're gonna be, oh my god, it was so funny. I got so anxious there for no reason because nobody really cares, But at that moment in the gym, you're gonna feel sad about it. You're gonna feel like everybody's looking at you. You're gonna feel super anxious. But when you walk out of that gym, I want you to laugh about it. I want you to make fun of it. I want you to actually make it a fun experience, okay? Because it's so funny to feel anxious about nothing. I feel like we value our emotions too much. I want you to, every time you feel like, you have this thought in your mind, I think journaling can help you with that. Like automatic journaling. Like don't even think about what you're writing down, just write. And you can really see what your thoughts are coming, what your thoughts are saying, okay? I want you to do things. For example, try writing a book, but really just write 1 page or something. And literally write it the way you would like to write it. And just like watch your thoughts flow, because sometimes there's this thought in your mind like, oh, but if Jennifer saw this, she wouldn't like it. Like, who's even Jennifer? Like, do you need her to like it? It's you and it's your work, and write the way you want it to write, okay? You need to destroy these thoughts about, oh, but this person wouldn't like it, or oh, that person would want it different, or my school teacher would like it different. Like, what? Like, why? It's you, and you really need to be authentic, okay? You really need to be yourself when doing these things. And I want you to do this and start being aware of such thoughts. And I think that's the best way to actually build your authentic self, because you're destroying others' opinions about your works that bring you down and that don't encourage you to keep improving. These stats only make you do things the way others would like them and not yourself, and you're never gonna get there if you don't stop doing this. Okay, so that's it for the video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and have a nice day. Bye!